Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice. Grandpa is not a financial planner. And if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. What an exciting day in Tesla. And we had some good movement today. Also, okay, so what are we going to cover? We're going to cover the indexes, the dominant trend, divergence. Earnings is coming next Wednesday. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Let's see. Upside resistance, downside support, the close range, the far out range, near term, and opening price, the fair opening price for Tuesday, the 15th. What's that going to be? And we have a whale alert. I think you'll find that very interesting, that whale alert. And it's sweep. So it's real. It's not just a hedge. Okay, so what did Tesla do today? Well, we had a high today of 221.91 and a low of 213.74. And we closed at 219.16. And we're currently searching for a new low pivot point. We had a high pivot point of 265, I believe, back on the 30th. And I think it was August 30th. But anyway, that was our high back at 265. And that was our pivot point. And now we're searching for a low pivot point. I don't really believe it's possible yet, but I do not believe that 213.74 is going to be our bottom pivot point at this point in time. It would be nice if it was, but it just doesn't really look like it's coming to work out that way, possibly. Indexes were up substantially today, and Tesla was up, but we underperformed the markets overall. I'm going to go through this daily chart. I have the daily chart up on the screen. The dominant trend is down, and really there's no sign of change. It's really bearish. It is. This candle, if it would have engulfed into this one, we would have had a chance for a reversal tomorrow. I'm expecting upside tomorrow, and I'll talk to you about that in a little bit. But we're just not looking good. We're absolutely not looking good, except for near term, very near term. I'm talking about tomorrow. I'm expecting a bounce tomorrow, but after that, I'm expecting a little bit of a dip throughout the week, and just basically. Well, I'll get into it here. Let's see. What else was I going to tell you here? Oh, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm probably, maybe even as much as a month, I'm anticipating this red line that Grandpa's got here. I'm anticipating 190. So that's what Grandpa's really thinking at this point in time. Earnings next week. Well, let's do Divergence first. Divergence volume decreased by 54 million shares today. Yesterday it increased by 57. But today it decreased on higher prices. 85 million shares were bought and sold totally. Like I say, on lower volume on higher prices is bearish. It's an early warning. I don't think it's going to hit us tomorrow, but it's going to start hitting us after tomorrow. And then we have earnings coming out next week on Wednesday. I think that's not, I don't expect earnings to be, no, if they were mediocre, I think it would be bullish, and I don't even anticipate mediocre. And I will tell you that a close below 213.70, if we close below 213.70, you could probably look for 204 coming in the next day, followed by 197, 190, 177. And I really think we're going to see that 190 just prior to seeing 177. Okay, upside resistance. What do we got shaking there? We got some resistance at 222. 223.30 is, I was anticipating getting there today. We fell short of that with a high of 221.91. We didn't even get to 222. So we do have resistance at 222, 223.30, 227.40, 232.25, and 235.75. 244.50 is a long shot, and of course we have resistance at 250. Downside support, we have support just below where we're at 217.75. Of course, 214, 211, 204, 197, 190, and 177. As far as a close range for tomorrow, I think we're going to close. I actually think we're going to close right around 224 tomorrow. Up. I think we're having an up day tomorrow based on what I'm seeing. And I think the range tomorrow on the bottom side is probably going to bottom out around 215 on the low end. If we even get that far down, I think 217 might hold us tomorrow. And I think we're going to see 225 area to 227 area tomorrow. That's what I think for tomorrow. And then more of a pull the plug on Wednesday deal. Farther out range, 209 on the bottom side if this thing really got crazy, and 230 on the top side. I don't anticipate that tomorrow, but anything is possible with Tesla. You already know that. 214 to 235.45 would be more of somewhat of probably more realistic. So as far as the opening, the fair opening price that Grandpa's calculated for Tuesday the 15th is $218.30, $218.30. I nailed it again today. I'm about 90% right on the opening. However, I very often get it in the pre-market and about 5 or 10 minutes after the market opens, the regular market. So it's just fun. So we're going to gap down approximately 80 cents from the close. Is what Grandpa's seeing there with the fair opening price. I think we're probably going to close in the 224 area Tuesday, falling off after that. We have a whale alert whale alert. And the good thing is it's a sweep, and it's bullish, and it expires on the 18th, which is Friday. But it's options, and options deteriorate with time. That's why we're going to get the bounce tomorrow, because they're going to get their 225 tomorrow. I believe we're going to see, and it don't have to close above it. All it has to do is go through it. But I do think we're going to probably close near in that 224 area. But I'm anticipating a bounce up through the 225 for tomorrow, just slightly. So all them guys will be happy at that point. And the whale alert is, like I say, a sweep. It's bullish. It expires the 18th on Friday. And it has a 225 strike price. And not only that, we had pretty major blinking this afternoon as we were running up for a while at 225.47, shorting up there. So just above the 225, that's where they were. Yipper. Is there anything I'm forgetting to tell you or talk about? I will be back tomorrow morning at 9 to 9:15 a.m. And Grandpa plans on unloading. If we get up at that 220, close to 225 or a little above 225 tomorrow, I plan on unloading a ton of shares and probably going to just get out of them and reverse downward. I'm seeing 190 coming. We haven't got several reasons. The dominant trend is down. I'm going to go, this is the daily, and it's not pretty. Even if we get a green candle tomorrow, it'll only be a bull flag. That's all it will be. So we're looking at stagnation, I think, pretty much the rest of this week. And I think they're going to pull the plug on us early next week. And I think tomorrow's going to pretty much top us out. In order to have the dominant trend be up, you need a buy signal in the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. And currently, we've been in a sell signal in the daily for 10 days. Here we were up with a buy signal in the daily for quite a while. I can't remember how many days it was, 29 or 30 days, something like that. Upward. The weekly is, I believe, still a buy signal. Oh boy. We have a sell signal in the weekly. I hadn't looked at this all day. We do have a sell signal now in the weekly. This is engulfed into that. This red candle here. We have a bull flag in the weekly. Wait a second. I'm wrong. I have my chart over to the left. Okay, what do we got? Oh, man. We're still a buy signal in the weekly. This is a bear flag. But a bear flag in a weekly could take you all the way to 170. So, yeah, we're still under a buy in the weekly. I'm sorry about that. And the monthly is still a buy signal. So only the daily is a sell currently. And we have, like I say, a bear flag in the daily, or the weekly. I'll go back to the weekly quick. So if this candle here engulfed into this one, the body of it, then this will be a sell signal in the weekly, but it's not. And so this is absolutely just a bear flag. in the weekly. But in a weekly chart, you can get $20, $30 candles. So figure that one out. Uh, a bear flag can continue for quite a ways in a weekly chart. And tomorrow I think we're going to have a green day again anyway. That's what I'm seeing. Uh, the 4 hours of sell signal. Um, and But yeah, I think we're going to get a reprieve tomorrow. We're going to get a chance to get out of some shares. Grandpa's planning on getting out and just going short. That's absolutely what I'm going to do, given the opportunity. We're under a death cross in the 5-minute chart again, and I think we'll dip down. With this death cross, probably the 217 area, maybe 215. And I think we're going to open around, like I said, at 218.30, and we're going to head right back up the money trail. I figure we'll get a golden cross. It'll push us up to 225 area tomorrow, and that's your opportunity. We just went back and forth with golden cross and death cross just back to back here, and expect more for tomorrow, more of the same for tomorrow. So yeah, it's fun. Hey, from high to low, we had $11.63 movement today in Tesla. So we had some movement, and I was anticipating just trying to average down, dumping some shares tomorrow in the 225 area and averaging down, but not no more. This is way too bearish. We're looking for a new pivot point. I don't think 213 is going to stop us. And no matter what, from 225 to 213 is a $10, $12 move. That's a nice move down, and I believe we're going to walk right through it. Let's see. I want to show you the trend line that's gone back. In November, it'll be 3 years. I'm going to make this a little smaller so you can see the trend line good. Here's the daily chart coming down. This W got wiped out now that we had going, and so did that cup and handle we had rocking and rolling. But this dominant trend line, it goes back 3 years, and currently it's around 211, 211 and a half. We're going to hit that thing. Might give us support there for a day, might not give us no support. You just don't know, but typically I think it's already given us some support because the 4 hour is at the 213 and a half range, and that's where we've been bouncing off of currently the last few days. But she's hit it twice already. She's going to snap it. I'll show you in the 4 hour chart exactly what I'm talking about. Here's your 4 hour chart, and you see this 3 year trend line. In November, it's 3 years old, going back to the high of Tesla and coming down through. And this wick went through it a little bit, this wick went through it a little bit, and then she's bouncing back up just a little bit here. I'm anticipating 225 for tomorrow, and that's, I think, the next time or next couple times it hits it, we're gonna break it. That's what I think. That's what I see, and we're gonna create a new bottom pivot point. And when we do, by then we'll get our dominant trend going back up, and then we're off to the races. So, uh, but for right now, I think tomorrow is going to be your chance to get out and go with the dominant trend. The trend is your friend, and we've lost our top pivot point. I see nothing good. I see nothing good. I see downside all over the place. That's what Grandpa sees, downside. So, and I'm not gloom and doom. It's just exactly the way it is. I blew my opportunity last Thursday to get out with a profit and reverse, but I got stubborn and wanted to hold out, and that's what happens. We all get our chances, but sometimes we don't take them. But that doesn't mean you don't change and do the right thing. No, that's what Grandpa's planning on doing tomorrow. So, okay, I was hoping we'd bounce up in that 223 range. I was going to try lower my average a little bit on getting out of a few and rebuying them, but didn't quite happen for Grandpa. So we'll do it. We'll do it tomorrow. Okay. Hey. Let's see. I'll be back at 9:15 tomorrow morning, and we'll do buy and sell signals for a few hours and have a great time. That's what we do here. We just have a great time. Okay. Think about eternity. Think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.